It's born and red. It's Asim was saying it's the post-match reaction. Liverpool 2, Ajax 1. As Liverpool get a late winner once again. We've been in that position fair few times this season, Waj. But today, like the Newcastle game, that goal, you thought it's not going to come. A few fans have started leaving as well. But it came. And it came at the right time.
Right time? Christ.
Just in time, I should say.
Oh, I don't know. Huffed and puffed, but finally blew the house down. That's all I can say.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Look, let's break the game down. I was happy with the lineup. I want someone on that right hand side to give us something different, because we'll come to that. And the role sort of Harvey Elliott is playing at the moment. But the positives first. I thought, you know, we looked better. We got the response that the manager has been asking for, and not quite sort of reinventing ourselves, but better. And the main sort of word I'd use today, Atif, is Liverpool looked in control, and because of one person, and I've been shouting out about it for the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yep.
It's the control that Thiago gives us.
100%. What we're lacking. When he's not there, it's a totally different team. Totally different team with him there. We weren't brilliant today, to be fair.
Yeah.
I won't say it's our best performance.
But there was some individual, really good individual performances. I thought Shimikas really went up and down that flank.
Shimikas did very well, yeah.
Fabinho again. We could talk about every single player in the team looking a different player. But when Fabinho plays alongside Thiago,
exactly,
he looks a different player.
That's the difference. The key to that team is Thiago. Diaz was good in second half as well, I thought.
Yeah.
He had a fairly quiet first half. And Jota did well as well, I thought. Again.
Yeah, he came. He did do it.
Jota, to say, first game was fantastic. Energy. Kept on. To be honest with you, he was the only one that oppressed it. I think with Diaz, I think sometimes he tries too hard.
Yeah. And
there's no, unless he scores a wonder goal, there's no product at the end of it. It's like, and then every time we got out wide, there was a lot coming through it, right? I mean, to be honest with you, we got quite a really good goal. The football we played up to it, and then we conceded a really not some. The finish by obviously the kid were brilliant, but in terms of how we conceded it,
yeah,
a sloppy ball behind our full-back again, and he's obviously still walking back. He's probably still walking back now. But it's just
positivity today. Positivity.
No, I'm being positive, but this guy needs to realise at the end of the day, first and foremost, you're a defender. I know,
but he's not a defender. He's not a defender for us.
Yeah, but
he's not a defender
play
for us.
full-back then.
Huh?
Because let's be honest with you, if Hendo's not playing, there's nobody to cover this guy. Harvey Elliott spends most of the time. Salah doesn't look the same playing with this guy. I mean, there's one incident in the first half, and there was somebody sat next to him, and he goes, he was shouting, "Trent, get back!" And guess what? Trent were up front, and I think he was the furthest player while they were on the break.
Yeah.
If you've gone forward, fair enough. At least use your energy to get back.
Yeah, but I think that's like a calculated risk, because it's a calculated gamble in a way. Because the way we play, Trent is not the best defensively. We all admit that, but obviously.
Yeah, but you can't defend if you're not there.
Well, he's not as bad as people give him. But you know what?
No, he is at the moment.
We know what? I think it's down to a bit of his sort of body size as well. I think he's put too much muscle on. And you know, when you saw him as a kid, and obviously his body develops and grows, he's got a lot of muscle
agile.
on.
It doesn't look as
and
agile.
Every single time, my problem with it, he switches off, no doubt. And it takes an age sometimes to get back into position, because look, you have to, you know, cut him some slack. It does take a bit of time and take him a lot of energy to go and, you know, play in that space and expect to, you know, sort of Trent to pull the strings. So I don't mind him sometimes being out of position as long as someone's covering. If that means Matip is covering on that side, or
but that's where we miss our captain, Hendo. Hendo is the man, because that right centre midfield. When Trent goes forward, he's there to cover. Harvey Elliott is a different type of player.
Yeah, and that's my belt. I should think it. But look, let's go back, you know, to our goal, because yes, you know, look, just touching on the right hand side, I think it's that balance what we need. There is no doubt that we create a lot more chances on that right hand side, because we try to create the overloads. But you know, Ajax, what they were doing is they were switching that number 8 to the left hand side to make sure they, you know, they've got, you know, the spare the same amount of men on that side, because we sort of overcommit. But the problem is, when, like you said, Atif, is when we lose the ball, we need to make sure we're in a position to counter press. But I thought we were better, and it was because of Thiago.
Every team that plays us, they've got one game plan: frustrate Liverpool, just sit back and just not. But it's not hard to beat our press, because let's be honest with you, we don't press as much as we used to. And I'd like to see what the statistics are today in terms of did Ajax outrun us? Because it
Look-
seems like they possibly did today as well.
But what you have to understand is, look, we're playing Champions League football. We can't go gung ho. How many times do you
No,
see
we're not expecting Liverpool. You've
Liverpool?
got to try to work hard in the opposition.
No, look, look. It sounds like we lost 2-1 today, boys. Come on, a bit of positivity. I think we looked better. We didn't look.
No. There's a lot of positives,
Yeah.
but then the thing is, though, it's the positives that are good. But the thing is, though, there's still the negatives.
What I would say is, and I mentioned this on my tweet, is there were some brilliant individual performances. I thought Fabinho, like I touched on, Shimikas, Matip brought the ball out well, got the winner as well. But I think if there was another game that highlighted the need of a dynamic midfielder, because look, Harvey Elliott gets a lot of space and gets a lot of the ball. At the moment, when he does get the ball, it seems like he takes an extra 2 seconds to give it. Sometimes there is a nervousness about him when he's on the ball. He gets a lot of the ball. At the moment, when he does get the ball, it seems like he takes an extra 2 seconds to give it. Sometimes there is a nervousness about him when he's on the ball. And at this level, you don't get that time. But he does get a lot of the ball. It's because of the position he plays. So if you play that position, you need to make sure you either contribute to the team via assists or goals. And at the moment, in that sort of Kevin De Bruyne role, you know, like we see him play for Manchester City. And I know it's chalk and cheese in terms of, you know, sort of their development, because when you compare their ages. But we're an elite team and we need an elite player, especially when you think Harvey Elliott, with the positions he's taking, he's at times sacrificing the role of, you know, our best player. So that's why I'm not going all guns blazing towards, you know, a 19-year-old, because he's not supposed to be playing the amount of games that he's been playing at the moment. It's because of Ox and Keita and Henderson are all out injured.
The thing with Elliott is, I think every time we expect so much of him, because when he played at Blackburn, and you watched him and he played like a number 10. Here he's playing out wide and then he's doing a lot of covering. Blackburn didn't ask him to run and chase the ball and do it. They gave him the ball and people ran, and they're actually strikers ran beyond.
Yeah.
If you look at us, I think it frustrates. Like we look so much better. Once, I'm not because obviously he went off, but even if it had been on, when we had people running beyond, like when Nunes came on, he's out wide. Hold on, you're a box player. Stay in the box. Your presence is needed, and he came on. We look so much different. Why? Because somebody actually sat in the middle with a bit of presence. That could actually, I'm not saying you get an end of every ball, but at least you unsettle the defenders. Maybe push one, nudge one, and whatever it is that you need. Don't headbutt anybody.
I think that could be the way forward. The 4-2-3-1.
We're back, and apologies, guys. I think we're having a few technical problems. It's mainly because my phones is full of rubbish and I need to free up some space. But we'll go again. Atif was on about the 4-2-3-1, and you want Liverpool to sort of go with that going forward.
But I think you've got to be flexible, because we're not going to play 4-2-3-1 every week. But situations like today, 1-1, going for the kill, going for the game. I thought Nunes come into the game quite a bit.
Yeah.
He did okay. One chance he had towards the end of the game, he pushed it past the post. Could slightly better, but I think that gives Firmino a bit more room as well.
Yeah.
And with the double pivot, a bit more protection.
Yeah.
For the back four with Thiago and Fabinho. But again, the key is keeping Thiago fit.
Yeah.
If you have obviously without Thiago, with Hendo out as well, obviously Fabinho and Elliott doesn't work.
Yeah.
So the key there is keeping both of them.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. Look, I like that 4-2-3-1 or a 4-2-4, whatever you want to call it. But I think it works better when sort of teams are sort of dropping off us, and it sort of pins back teams even further into their box when Nunes come on and play on the shoulder. I don't think it works as well when teams are fresher. Why? Because you've got Thiago and Fabinho expecting to cover so much ground, and that's the reason why I like it when teams drop off. Because then Thiago and Fabinho can orchestrate things from the halfway line and pull the strings from there when teams are just parking the bus. Yeah, and just like Ajax were doing today with the protecting the lead.
That's what we have though at Anfield, to be fair. Even in the league games, most teams will come to Anfield and step back.
They do, Atif, but when teams are fresher, that 4-2-3-1,
prime example of that.
We're exposed to the break a lot more.
Palace this season, prime example.
Yeah, look, no doubt. I won't mind seeing it.
One counter-attack.
Yeah, I won't mind seeing it. I won't mind seeing it.
But like I said, you've got to be flexible. That flexibility has to be there. When needed, to change formation. We've got the players that can kind of play that formation, even with Carvalho in that 10 role, I think we'll do well as well.
Yeah.
Even to be fair, even going back to Javi Elliott, because like White said, at Blackburn, that's what he was playing. So now he's playing a different role at Liverpool, but even as the right centre midfielder. Obviously, you got to track back as well. That's what we're lacking with Hendo not being there.
Yeah, no, I think
with Hendo, because when Hendo's there, when Trent goes forward, he's covering that space, which is what we're missing.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Sort of the flexibility is the right choice of word. I think yes, it probably can work, but I'd like to see it against sort of the mid-table sides where, like you said, from minute one they just park the bus. And so I could see that happening, maybe sort of going forward. But touching on Salah, I think he was badly in need of a goal, an open play goal. There's been a lot of talk about 6 goals since AFCON in open play, but I think even though he didn't have a brilliant game, but he took that goal well. Even though I haven't seen the replay, but from where I was sat, it was a good touch and a good finish.
He did well, I think, to be honest. In patches, you've got to realise one thing. Someone like him needs service, and if you're giving him balls like the kid who was playing against, I know when he played against Blin, he skinned him once or twice. Then he played against the other guy. Now the thing is, he's obviously a lot bigger than him. He's actually, to be honest with you, he did really well. Strength-wise, hold him off. You got a couple of unlucky decisions against him where he held him off and like there were free kicks and stuff. But I think this is where Thiago comes in, because Thiago can see the ball. And Salah's out wide. Thiago sees stuff. Whereas like when you've got a midfield, James Milner, whatever. All they want to do is play that safety ball. So if you look at their stats will be passing rate 91, 92%. They didn't get the ball away. Yeah, but they might have played the ball to Van Dijk and Matip 90% of the time. Was that going to get us a goal? No, it's not. I think our team, to be honest with you, I know I said about the trend there, but I think we need to take risks. That's how you win titles. That's how you win trophies. Take risks. If you sit back and you're bold and you don't try nothing, you're not going to.
How many risks do you want us to take, Waj?
No, but we need to. Let's be honest, safety football ain't going to get us anywhere. And if you look at like the game today, points, even the crowd, when you like, if Danny Blunden had taken that header, would have been 2-1 down, would have been chasing the game, it had been a diff completely.
Well, that's the way we play, Waj. We play on the front foot. We do take risks.
No, we do, but we give teams opportunities to get back into the game.
Yeah, but look, I understand what you're saying. You want Liverpool to manage games better.
100%.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah, fine. I can understand that. But look, we play football the right way. We play football on the front foot, and sometimes we do get caught out. But to be fair, look, that going back to that goal, yes, you're right. Trent could do a much better job. The way sometimes he sort of plays the ball is from that position is he passes on the defender, thinking the centre back's gonna pick him up, but you're way too forward for that. So what you need to do is make sure you run back and cover that space, because there was so much space for that the attacker, I don't know who it was, to run in behind that space, get behind Trent, and then go wide to cross the ball.
No, but it's true.
So
I can understand if something like that happens on a break.
Let's be honest.
It wasn't a break. They put 1 or 2 passes together. They played it behind him. But the thing, if you look at it though, it's a comedy of errors because it keeps happening. Every goal we probably concede this season has come from that side. Has come from that side. Now the thing is, we're giving. Do you know what I mean? Before, teams would sit in there and they'd watch games and analyse our games. So I tell you what, there's a weakness in Liverpool together. They played it behind him, but the thing, if you look at it though, it's a comedy of errors because it keeps happening. Every goal we probably concede this season has come from that side. Has come from that side. Now the thing is, we're giving. Do you know what I mean? Before, teams would sit in there and they'd watch games and analyse our games. So I tell you what, there's a weakness in the Liverpool team. Bloody hell, I think, if a 5-year-old baby could tell you, listen, there's a weakness in that, and Trent Alexander is a weakness. We sit as Liverpool fans saying, you know what, he's not as bad a defender. And he isn't. And there is times like last season, he had some really good games.
To counter that, what would you do? Would you take him out of the team?
I don't know, it just doesn't look the same play. It doesn't look hungry. And it doesn't look fit enough, that's for sure.
Yeah,
it doesn't look fit.
I think you guys are being harsh. I think you can't have it both ways.
Those guys,
you can't expect.
No.
I think why you're being harsh. You can't expect it both ways. For him to be our playmaker from that right hand side.
I understand that.
To create the triangle, to create the overlap, to receive the ball back from the defenders.
Job first and foremost.
To defend.
He's not
just a defender.
I understand that. But what's your first and foremost? What's your job?
To defend.
To defend.
Yeah,
Right,
but
okay.
he's
So
under
we've-
instruction.
so we've-
So
right,
if
okay.
you wanna have a problem
No,
against
we'll
anyone,
go for,
have
no,
a problem
I don't-
against
no,
the
thing is,
manager.
yeah, possibly, but the thing is that you can't manage it because not every week are we going to pull like, what is it, 6 or 7 games we've gone a goal down. Today we actually went a goal up, and you know what? We all breathed the side of the lead. Think, oh my god, guess what? We didn't know what to do. Like, oh my god, we've got 1 goal up. You weren't celebrating. You were like, oh my god, we've 1-0 up.
Yeah, which is a long time to go.
But this is what I'm saying. Now, at the end of the
been a
day,
while, hasn't it?
the minute they
Yeah.
go back into the game, it was 0-0. Well, 0-0 is accurate. Guess what you're thinking? You know what? They're going to come into this game. And there were 3 or 4 times, yeah, when we were outnumbered. There was one occasion, if they'd have played the ball, I think there were 5 of their men against 3 of our defenders. And Trent wasn't one of the defenders either.
Yeah.
So basically, first of all, you know, go forward. I mean, we sit here like United fans going, you know what? That fullback they paid 50 million. I don't remember his name. 50 million pound for the bid for the kid. And you know what? They tell me how much of a great defender he was. But you know what? He never went forward. And if he did go past Eiffel, he had a nosebleed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, his position sense was shit.
Yeah. More technical problems again. Videos stopping. Videos playing.
We're going to be positive now.
We're gonna be positive now. But
We'll
look,
talk about
I like
John
this discussion. But it's let's leave it till sort of you know the shows coming up during the week, because we're going to touch on Trent. We're going to touch on the way we play, the way our fullbacks sort of get really high up and really involved in our attack, and that's the main reason you see sort of you know Manchester City. So their fullbacks, one goes and one stays into a narrow position. We've seen Zinchenko do it at Arsenal. So it's a different style of play. So whether we have a problem with individual mistakes or individual positions, at the moment those players are under instruction. So if we've got a problem with them, we have to sort of say this is a system problem rather than, yeah, I get it.
So-
You can't legislate for individual
understand
errors
that, but can
and
you
someone
imagine-
jogging back. I get that, no problem.
I could imagine
We
Jurgen
can't
Klopp-
let me finish. You can't expect him to receive the ball back from the defenders, be available on the byline for the switch towards Shimikas if teams get really too narrow against us and the overlaps on the is on the other side, and then create the overlap for Harvey Elliott and Salah when they drop narrow. He's not a machine, and you want him to play the ball in that area to Harvey Elliott and Bobby. That sort of the ball before the assist. if
At
you
the
like.
moment,
he can't do everything.
At the
at
moment,
it.
he's playing like Hoover.
Yeah. So look, let's leave that.
100%. In my opinion, obviously we all love Trent, and his attacking play is brilliant, second to none. Attacking wise, I don't think the question is the best fullback out there. But defensively,
Yeah.
you do kind of sacrifice that bit defensively.
You do.
because of his brilliance going forward.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Anyway,
defensive is the problem.
let's
Hold
have
on.
a-
No, listen.
let's move
I don't
on,
think
let's
defensive is
move
the problem.
on.
I think the problem is
Yeah.
his attitude is the problem. You don't jog. You've lost the ball. You don't jog back or walk back. Or actually,
Yeah.
you don't ever make an effort to get back. That's for me. That's an attitude problem. That's got nothing to do with whether how good you are or how bad you are. The fact is, you want to win a game. You put your maximum effort in. You look at Diaz, loses the ball. Why is he chasing all the way back? Why is he chasing the full back? There's a few times where he went back, but at least what? Because he wants to win. I'm not saying Trent doesn't want to win. Maybe he's on big bucks, he's won everything, and there is to win and whatever. Yeah? But people should be the one thing people. I'm not the only one. You look at everywhere. The one biggest thing they question is his attitude. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, let's leave it there, guys, because if I answer that, we're going to be going over 20-30 minutes for our on-the-road post-match reaction. Just a word on Matip. I thought he was brilliant. He read the game really, really well. He might not possess the recovery pace of, you know, a Joe Gomez or Kanate.
Awesome, because
but he was absolutely
his
awesome.
runs bringing the ball out of the back.
He gives that
So many
different
times.
dimension.
It's just a different dimension.
And I actually got so bloody, you know, sort of annoyed. The amount of times our defenders were putting it over the bar, you know, on corners. But finally, right at the end, right at the right time, we finally got one. And it went over the line by a mile.
I didn't see the fact that obviously, because they were like celebrating. I'm like, where the hell is this coming from?
Oh, bloody hell, why just following the tom-tom?
No, I'm not following Tom. I'm just at pull right here, but these must be turning right. No, but to be honest, when it went in, I thought it'd come up bar. But even still, let's be honest, it was one of them sort of games. And you know, the good thing is, we kept going, even though, let's be honest, the smallest deflections were falling for them. Nothing fell for us. The referee at times where some of the free kicks he gave that weren't free kicks and stuff. But the main thing is they kept going and they got the reward at the end of it. They can have a bit of a break now, and then hopefully by that time, Ibu will be back. So we don't need to talk about Trent and whoever else.
Yeah.
And Atta's captain Marvel will be back, and he'll be pinging these 60-yard balls there to the stewards and the ball boys.
Shut up. Look, there's, I think, a massive sense of relief. Even Jawaj is a bit negative towards our Trent and our captain, but you know he's alone in that in a corner. But look, it was a brilliant win. It was a sort of a massive sigh of relief. As even from the manager when he went towards
Did you not see him
the
going?
cop.
My ticker's going.
Yeah, it was.
No fist bumps as well.
No fist bump, but I think
I don't blame him.
I think I don't blame him.
He's shattered.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a great win, and it was exactly what we needed. I think Sunday has been called off, but it's another brilliant opportunity for the lads to get back on the training ground, work a few things out, start sort of going deeper into our evolution into this team, and getting Thiago even fitter and fresher, and keeping him wrapped up in cotton wool. It's a brilliant win for the Reds. Catch us on our post-match reaction tomorrow. We've got the front three show on Friday with Avi from Blue Chip as well. Thank you very much for listening. It was a longer than usual post-match reaction. Like, subscribe, comment on the way out, and we shall see you very soon. Thank you very much, and up the Reds.